Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Elyse Ann Psychic. Welcome to Table Talk Thursdays with me, Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge to the Unseen. This is the first Table Talk Thursday that we're doing. And hi, welcome. Let me know that you're here by commenting and just say hi. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'm here for all of you. My spirit team and I created this. They actually were the ones that pushed me to create it. I knew I was going to do something in the evening, and I woke up one day and spirit said, "This is it." So here we are. Again, this is a forum for you. This is for anybody who has questions, who always wondered what it's all about, whatever it is. Hi, Carissa. Welcome, welcome. So, this is a very casual forum. That's how I'm approaching it. I don't really have any, it's going to go this way, this way, this way, because I do want it to be very interactive. Because really this is about helping you with questions, thoughts, things that you want to know about. Hi, Christina. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Say hi as you're arriving. So again, as more and more people are coming, let me just say hi. I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge to the Unseen, and I am here this evening for all of you. Hi, Peggy. So it's very interesting. Let me go ahead and start right into where Spirit put me this evening, actually today. As some of you know me and know that I do a lot of checking in with Spirit. They are my business partners. And I usually the day before I do an event or whatever, I talk to Spirit about what subject, what direction to go in that's going to help everybody. And they were kind of quiet about it yesterday. And I'm like, okay, they weren't really telling me. And I'm like, okay, I trust you guys. You'll let me know. It was very interesting because when I woke up this morning, same thing happened. I'm like, okay, guess we're going to go with the flow, which is fine. I trust them. But then I hopped onto Facebook. And some of you are friends with me on my Elyse Ann profile, excuse me. Some of you know me strictly from Elyse Ann Psychic page, yes, profile page. And my post really, when I got on Facebook this morning, I was just, as I said in my post, I sat there all morning just dismayed by the vitriol that was flying. Now, this is not about, hi, Cami Lee, welcome. This is not about being negative, or this is not about going into a negative discussion about it. It's not about politics. None of that's on the table. This is about how can we take care of ourselves. That was the big mess, and I'm getting chills. So that was the message Spirit wanted me to get, and the feelings they wanted me to have this morning. Because I have to say, I've kept myself out of the fray the best I can. But it was my heart hurt this morning. I have to be honest. I mean, I've seen it, but wow, it was on overload. So I put my post up on my Elyse Ann profile and basically said the dismay of the vitriol. And I literally went back to bed. And then I got up a little bit later and went back to bed again for a little while. So, why am I sharing this? Because this is all about energy, everyone. Look, I work with energy every day. So, I have some really good tools. And the fact that even I had to go back to bed today, to me was very telling. And again, that's when I knew that this was what we need to talk about tonight. And I welcome any questions, any comments. Please, please, please feel free. I'm here for you. And honestly, I can sit and talk and do all these things, but I also want to know what your needs are, what you're curious about, where you would like some guidance, because I am here to share my knowledge, my experience. So let's talk a little bit about energy because, hi, Andrea, welcome. So, I have the tools and a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't necessarily know the tools. We learned in fifth grade science, I guess, fourth grade, fifth grade, whatever. Everything's energy. just depends on how fast those molecules are vibrating. And which means everything, our bodies, the table I'm sitting at, and hope you're sitting at, or maybe you're in a cozy chair, whatever it is, our words, our feelings, our physical body, everything is energy vibration. And so, what it really brought to the forefront for me today, thank you, Andrea, I appreciate that. Very sweet, thank you, is that, sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a moment. The energy piece of this is whether we realize it or not, we're getting bombarded by the energy. Okay, even let's say, I know, look, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are a human being having a spiritual experience, right? Did I say that right? Um, uh, and so, excuse me one minute. Um, you know what, Christina? Right now is at Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Arizona time is the messages from your spirit team with Elyse Ann Psychic. That's where I'm doing the mini readings. So I'm hoping that you can post that question on Wednesday coming up and be part of the live. Tonight is about an open forum for people to learn more about just things and how to survive, take care, not just survive, thrive. We all have that option even with everything going on. So I'm really glad you're here tonight, Christina. I hope you stay for the discussion. And when I ask about, ask for comments or questions, it's just about what information you may want to know, or maybe you always wondered, what about my angels or whatever. So oh, and yeah, Amy, she took 2 naps yesterday. Yeah, but I felt it hard today. I mean, I don't remember that ever happening to me. And so, um, anyhow, so hi, Lynn. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. So let's talk about the energy. As human beings, we have emotions, we have reactions. A lot of what's happening is a lot of fear, a lot of confusion, fear, anxiety. I've been talking about this. And unfortunately, a lot of us just don't know. And I mean, I could speak for hours about this, reasons why and everything, but I want to really focus on the energy and how it affects us and what self-care, hi Nancy, welcome, how we can help ourselves, to, if you will, manage. I know a lot of I've talked to so many clients and friends that are just having such a difficult time with it all. But the thing we have to remember is we are human. And sometimes we have maybe these thoughts ourselves, maybe not to the same extent, but we are all contributing in some way, either to the elevation of the vibration or bringing down the energy. And so, even if you do your best to keep your mind in a positive direction, um, you know, which we can do if we work pretty hard at it, but it's the outside energy that hits us too. So even though we're doing our best to stay in our energy, to stay positive, we're constantly being bombarded by that other energy coming into the universe, coming towards us, smacking up against our own energy fields. And so there's a couple things you can do. First of all, try not to get sucked into everything. It is hard. Listen, again, I have the tools, but I've had to work pretty hard because I just don't understand the world right now. I come from a place of love and compassion, and even if I don't agree with someone, it doesn't give me the right, if you will, to badmouth, to say nasty things. And look, again, I know. Oh, Andrew, you're starting to get into groups again with others and need to leave early because you feel drained. Okay, even during fun events, right? Because what is happening, again, everybody, is all that energy is out there. And so the first thing to do, the best that you can, is when you see these things or you think these things, come on, we're all human. Um, Try your best to be in awareness and stop. Just stop yourself. Because if we were really honest with ourselves, I think just about everybody would want to believe that they're, a positive person, a good person, an uplifting person. Um, but unfortunately, we do have that anger inside of us. So the more aware we can be of it, um, not to negate it, not to pretend it's not there, but to work with it for self-care, like I said. So do your best to shift your thoughts out of this negative vibration, this angry vibration, this fearful vibration. And I'm not here to say, oh, yes, it's so easy, just do it. I understand it takes practice. It takes practice. I come from an upbringing, very negative upbringing, and I have had to retrain, if you will, because that's what it really is. So, one of the tools I want to offer, gosh, I got a whole list of them. And if you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and put it in the comments. Again, this is I'm here for you. I don't necessarily want to just sit and talk the whole time telling you things. I want, I'm hoping we can have some interaction. So, okay, first and foremost, breathe. I know a lot of you have heard me say that before, because what that does is it causes us to pause. Okay, so we're going to stop that energy flow out there, because what happens is our thoughts, our words, our feelings, all of that's vibration, and it is hitting the energy too. So we are contributing. Okay, it's not like shame on us. Some of this is natural. But do your best to shift your energy into another direction, into a positive. And one of the things that I was just reminded by my spirit team, and I know a lot of you have heard me say this and have seen my posts on this, but our spirit team is with us. Okay. Don't ever forget it, no matter what it looks like. So sometimes we as human beings may feel overwhelmed by fear or anxiety or what have we. And the one thing is, the one constant, the one thing we can really lean on is our spirit team. Your angels, your spirit guides, your masters, your teachers, the archangels, whomever, if you will, that you connect with. Call in your whole team. I figure whoever's going to show up will show up. We'll do the job, and the more the merrier. That's my attitude. But of course, you may feel drawn to your angels more than maybe spirit guides or what have we. Okay, so you can turn towards them to try to alleviate. Remember, this is an illusion. Okay, I've heard that too, and it's really difficult at times as a human being to really go, oh, but it seems, it's real. But there's a earthly plane view of things, and there is a spiritual view of things. Okay, and I firmly believe that we will get to the other side of this chaos. We are here for a reason. And you may hear me say that a lot, but I feel like we need to remind ourselves of that, because from the human perspective, things are pretty wild, right? So, and hi, welcome to the new people that are showing up. If you want to say hi and let me know you're here, if you have any questions, comments, I'd like it to be interactive. This is Table Talk Thursdays with me, Elyse Ann Psychic. So, let's talk a little bit more about the energy of things. Some people don't really believe or understand that everything is energy. But again, like I said in the beginning, it is. We learned that in science. Everything is a vibration. And some people, oh, my thoughts or words are. Yes, they are. If you really think about it, hi, Fantasia, welcome. If you really think about it, how is sound created? Think about a violin, think about a harp, think about any of that. It's a pluck, and there is a vibration out that creates the sound. Okay? So every word we speak goes out to the universe. Our feelings are vibration, they go out to the universe. And again, I'm not saying be perfect. You should, you can aspire to do your best. The one thing I really, with that, I want to comment, because I know when I was really working on growing and managing my thought process, and the spiritual teachers out there, be positive, don't be negative. I used to, being someone especially who came from a negative background, I used to like get on myself because oop, there came that negative thought. Why can't I just be positive? Got me in this circle for a while. And that's when I really knew, as a teacher, spiritual teacher myself, that we need to acknowledge the human side of things. And yes, we have spiritual aspirations, but it's truly, if you will, two sides of the pancake. So, any questions, you guys, about any of this? Comments, please put them in the comments. And so, okay, so let's look at the vitriol a little bit. And I'm not, again, this is not to devolve into who's right, who's wrong, or any of that, because it's not about that. It's about what energy do we want to live in? What energy do we want surrounding us? I know for me, I've always been one of love and compassion. Even as a very little girl, I always knew that was me. And I have had a really difficult time, like a lot of people. Hi, Angel Heart, welcome. Being an empath too, which I am, the energy sensitivity, and a lot of us are energy sensitive people. We all have intuition. Okay. And to me, the way I explain intuition, it's yes, Nancy, that is very let's see, I have two Nancys. Hi, Nancy Malin, I think it is. Nicolosi. Sorry if I butchered your name. Oh, I'm so glad you're always on my Wednesday show. Yay! And if you don't know what my Wednesday live show is, I do messages from your spirit team with Elyse Ann, well, with me, Elyse Ann Psychic. So used to saying that when I say the name, the whole title. And that's where I do mini readings. So if you ever want to join us, please feel free to. We have a lot of fun. And Nancy Vega, yes, it's worse when you can feel others' burdens. That's what I was starting to go into, is the empathic piece of this. And so many people don't understand that they are an energy body, and that's why they're sensitive to the energy. And people do feel other people's stuff, if you will. I lived my whole life that way, until I really started developing who I am and working with my psychic abilities and the energy. And so it makes it very hard to separate out what's me, what's somebody else. And so for example, a good way of looking at that, or saying, is this really me? Because I'm sure you've had this experience like I have. It's been quite a while. But when you wake up, like you had fine day yesterday, and you woke up in the morning, the next morning, and you just felt off, either a little crabby or angry or upset. And you're like, where did that come from? Check yourself and ask yourself, is that truly my energy and my feelings? Or being energy sensitive, being energy beings? You don't have to be really sensitive to it, but just being energy beings, I'm going to read that in just a minute, Amy. Hi, Teresa, welcome. Sorry, I got distracted there for a moment again. We feel that energy. We absorb it without even knowing it. That's why this is so important to start being aware of, because we go through life and we are picking up on other people's stuff. And sometimes we're carrying things, emotions, burdens, whatever, that isn't really ours. Okay. So um, just ask yourself, where do you stand? What am I doing? How am I feeling? Because if you really tune into yourself too, I think a lot of us are just feeling tired, dragged out, worn out. Um, and so clearing your energy. And I'll get to that in just a minute, how we can do that. Let me read what Amy said here. Okay, so Amy, I'm not sure what LOA stands for. I'm sorry. But Amy asks, she's also had amazing things happen to me in dark times. Do you think we underestimate that our subconscious is knowing what it does want and sending out that desire? Okay, great question. And remind me if I want to go back to clearing our energy. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. So I do want to answer though. Amy's question. So just remind me if I forget to go back to the tools, because again, this is just a very casual LOA, law of attraction. I should have known that. Okay, thank you. Um, um, this is just really casual meandering. And so again, we're here for questions from you guys too. So yes, amazing things do happen in our dark times. Um, and the way I'm hearing, spirit, because my connection still too. This is, a lot of messaging from spirit that I'm sharing with you too. Being who I am, I'm psychic. This is just not just me giving you my experiences or my information. I did teach continuing adult education classes, metaphysical classes at community college system here for about 5 years till they closed the department. And so I have a lot of this knowledge, but I also want to make sure that I'm hearing, because spirit knows exactly what we all need to hear. So um, the dark times, everyone, we do a lot of healing in those spaces and places. Um, oh, that's a great suggestion, Andrea. I'll get to that in a minute. Fabulous. Okay, I love that. And so part of those dark times, um, spiritual teachers will talk about our shadow self. And so I kind of look at the dark times kind of like that. We're looking lots of times at our shadow selves are being, if you will, exposed to us in that moment. But if you look at it, as difficult as it is, and I know we've all been through it. I am a survivor. I have healed that, and it has been a journey, and I've gone through some extremely dark times in that path. But when I come out of it, I know it was a gift from spirit, because I healed. I was able to heal and move further on my journey and love myself more, and all the things you can add in with the self-love and so forth. So when you say, do you think we underestimate that our subconscious is knowing what it does want, sending out the desire, law of attraction? I think if a person, an individual, is not in awareness of the whole, the process, not the whole, you don't have to know everything, but the process of law of attraction, they are probably underestimating um, what we are attracting, because that's a whole nother, manifesting, creating. I taught that too, and that could be a whole nother Table Talk Thursday live going forward. But we do, because I started, in the beginning here, we talked about thoughts, words being energy vibration that gets put out to the universe. And let me tell you something about all of that with the universe. The universe doesn't judge what we put out. They are in a space of they have to honor our self-will, our free will, free choice. Thank you. And so they don't judge it. That's why the saying, be careful what you ask for, that's where that created. Because you think you're being very clear, but we need to make sure we word it in such a way that we are clear what we do want, and always in a positive. So I do think that we underestimate our subconscious, but I also see this piece um, combining in with our higher self. To me, that's the soul level. To me, it's different than the subconscious, but it's all energy that is running simultaneously. And sometimes that is why it's difficult to separate out and to kind of get clear between, the spiritual being having a human experience and the human being having a spiritual experience. So, so okay. Um, so again, there too, that all ties into um, our contracts that we sign, our contract that we sign before we reincarnate here in physical form. So it's kind of a big pile, if you will. I'm just hitting the very bare surface of all of this, because we do have a lot of different energies that are working. Um, that are in our space, in our environment. And that's why I advocate being as careful as we can and as aware as we can as to what we are putting out there. And it just it the more you can do that, the more you will be able to see how your whole um environment can be shifted too. Okay. And again, spirit doesn't judge it. They just say, oh, they asked for that. Here you go. So if you I know we're talking about subconscious, but that's why be careful when you consciously ask for things too. You want to be real aware how it's worded. Always every negative has a positive. Okay, so if you find yourself um you know in the negative space, stop yourself and then reword it into a positive. And so that is why, the subconscious does run a lot of stuff that have no awareness of. But it's in there and it motivates how we show up in the world and how we act in the world and everything about it and ourselves. So it is something that to be aware of. And again, I'm not wanting anybody to feel like, oh, I gotta just like nonstop. No, live your life. But the more you can start to put in awareness and a desire to shift it, it's just I've seen it for myself. The shift, it's just amazing what you can create. So I hope that answered your question, Amy. Thank you so much for it. Now, Andrea said, I find it best not to have phone conversations in the evening so she doesn't take other people's stuff to bed with her. And I think that's awesome. That is so awesome. Now, I know that brings to mind what I heard from Spirit is some people, are struggling with, and I've heard this from plenty of clients, that, this is a time, everyone, where we're being offered the opportunity to kind of clear the decks, to clear what isn't working in our lives. And so, um, people are having a difficult time, some people, because they have people in their life that are an integral part of their life or that they do love, but they find are very negative or detrimental for themselves. So why am I bringing this up? Well, Andrea has this boundary. And boundaries are huge. I know they're difficult for a lot of people. I have spent a very long time creating my boundaries and learning how to be in my space and have my boundaries. And it's a beautiful place to be when you get there. It's very empowering. Empowering. You're taking care of yourself. Okay. So I think that's a beautiful way of her having her boundaries about just saying, okay, I can't carry that to bed with me. It's not mine. And so she decided for herself, for her health, to have that boundary. Okay. And people find it difficult. But if you truly want to do what's best for you, it's not selfish. A lot of us are taught, oh, give to others. It's better to give than receive. I disagree with that personally and professionally because we have to have a balance. We really, really need a balance. So, because if all we do is give away and give away and give away, we have nothing left to nourish ourselves. So think about some boundaries that you can put up for yourself. Okay. Even if it is, don't take phone calls. You're not obligated. Your obligation, if you will, is to yourself first. Some people have a really hard time with that. But that is the most loving thing you can do for not only yourself, but everybody else too. Okay, because you're going to be in a better space. You're going to be able to handle your own stuff, if you will. So let's go back. Thank you for all of that, ladies. I appreciate it. And if you're just joining, say hi. Let me know you're here if you have any questions or comments. Now, some of you I know probably know this information, but I really, want to put it out there as a good reminder. But also, some people just don't know. And so, one of the things we can do outside of ourselves, if you will, is we can turn to Archangel Michael and ask him to help clear the negative energy. Okay. So if, you have any doubt whether or not we are energy beings, or whether or not it's true that everything is energy and vibration. How do you think radio signals work? How do you think the internet works? How do you think any of that works? The digital age, it's all the vibration of the energy. And we are in it and we are part of it. So the more you can learn again to separate yourself, you're welcome, Andrea. Thank you. Um, the better off you'll be. Okay. So again, now I don't want to necessarily spend the whole time just talking at you. I'd like some interaction, and well, let me go into a little bit more of the energy and how we can help ourselves and so forth. One of the things that I'm not sure people are understanding is, as much as you feel, let's say, right or righteous or right, or, it's your right to say something, or yes, we have a right to say something, but the issue is it doesn't need to devolve into name calling, just really some of the things that are being said, because really you're doing a disservice to yourself too. Because you're, for lack of a better way of putting it, you're dumping that energy all around you. And if you're doing it in your space, that energy is going to sit there. And so really the best thing that a lot of us can do, take our breath, pause. Literally, I'm hearing literally tell yourself, I don't need to go there. I don't need to immerse myself in that energy. I don't even need to touch that energy because it doesn't make me feel good. Have you really honestly sat back in that moment or those minutes or whatever and ask yourself, if you're in this space, how does it, Nancy, how do I know who my angels and spirit guides are? Okay, I'll get to that in just a minute. Thank you. So, so ask yourself how you feel when you are in that space. I'm almost convinced it can't feel good. I know when, and again, look, we're all human. I get angry, but I also know I feel really lousy. Like when I stop and I go, the energy drain and everything else. So this is just really about you helping yourself to stay in a better place, and don't contribute to it. Don't contribute to it. I mean, I get you can have your thoughts. Yeah, I'm not saying be perfect. I'm not saying don't be human, but understand that you don't want to immerse yourself in it. All right. So let me see here. How do I know who my angels and spirit guides are, Nancy? All right. Well, that can be done several different ways. One of the ways that I see and tell people, is through meditation. You can sit back and meditate and ask them to show themselves. Okay. Um, you can work with a psychic to get that information. You can work with yourself to get that information. The other thing that you can really do is ask them to give you a sign. Now, what I'm hearing is music. Angels communicate, especially angels, through music a lot. Spirit guides are a little bit more, if you will, direct, is the way I see it. Um, and a lot of it is really ask them for a sign, ask them to tell you their names. I mean, people do all kinds of things. The one thing I want to make sure, though, that I say, and honestly, I say these things from my belief system and my experience. And um, if you feel differently, that's fine. I'm not saying a person should not. To me, the way I look at it from my perspective is I don't always many times I don't necessarily ask who they are, um, because I know my spirit team shows up and I know it's a conglomerate. But you see, I work with connecting with the highest vibrations every day because of the work that I do and just because of who I am. So the biggest thing, if you're wondering, is make sure though that you just see it within white light. White light is the highest vibration. And so if if you're not feeling comfortable, let's say you feel that, oh, somebody's here. I wonder if it's my angels, but you're feeling uncomfortable. Okay. You have, when I say you, I'm talking to everyone, not just Nancy. You have a right to ask them to leave. And if it is your angels, it's not insulting. They'll understand. You have free will, free choice. And if it's I can guarantee it's not going to be your angels if it doesn't feel comfortable or right or positive or uplifting. Okay. And that's not to concern you. It's to say you have this right. And universal law states they must leave. And if for some reason you don't feel comfortable that doing that, you can call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is not only the protector, he shields us. He and archangels don't have, he, she, but that's how we refer to them. Um, Clear all the negative energy. I constantly have Archangel Michael around. He can be in limitless. Okay. So don't feel like, oh, well, I'm just feeling a little uncomfortable. It doesn't matter. Okay. So, and the other thing I want to say to Nancy's question here about how do I know who my angels and spirit guides are, the other thing to know is they are always around. Okay, we don't always have to know who they are, but we all have multiple angels. Yes. And we also have spirit guides, and we also have teachers, and we also have masters. They're all part of your spirit team. And that's why, I use the Charm spirit team. Like my Wednesday Live messages from your spirit team. So I work with my spirit team to connect with your spirit team. It's all the highest vibrations. So I hope that answered your question there. Does anybody else have any questions or comments that they'd like to jump in with and let me know what their interests are? I'm here again for you, so please let me know. Let me see what else Spirit would like me to communicate with all of you. I'm so glad you're here for Table Talk Live. This is the first one, and I am open to suggestions. This again is for you. This is let's see, Angel Heart. I understand that you don't want to put out negative energy, but at what point are you disrespecting yourself by not asserting yourself or disagree with what others are saying? I find that balance extremely difficult. Great, great question. Okay, I'm going to kind of take this piece by piece. First of all, asserting oneself or disagreeing with what others are saying is not inherently in and of itself negative. It's the approach with which we either think about it, speak about it, or act on it. I'm a firm believer that there are always ways to communicate through your empowerment, standing strong, but also coming with to this person or people with the situation from more of a loving aspect or viewpoint. In other words, let's say you feel someone is disrespecting you. You have a choice. You can get angry, you can say negative things, you can, and when I say you, Angel Heart, it's not just you, it's everybody, one can push back physically, verbally. Those are choices. Or you step back, take a breath, and lay your boundaries and just, I mean, this is just an example, of course. Every situation is going to be different, but I really don't agree with that. And so I would prefer this, or I really do expect this. There's always a way to word it where it's not, it's coming from, again, your boundaries, your place of empowerment, more than pushing back on the person in such a way that it's a negative interaction. Let me see if they want to say anything else, Spirit, to that, because um, okay, they want me to affirm again, though, that some of this, when we have these feelings, when we're angry or upset or feel someone is treading on us, it's okay to feel that in the moment. That's natural. I'm not saying don't, because I feel it's really important to honor that, acknowledge it, because that is the only way we can move through it and release it. Otherwise, it just sits. But there are ways to approach people with respect and love by also keeping your boundaries. So I hope that that answered your question. And it can be an extremely difficult balance, especially if you're faced with someone who is quite stubborn about things, or feels that it's just their way and no other way. But again, you have a right to stand in your space, in your place, and approach it from a positive, empowered, loving place. Oh, okay. Thank you for that question. That was awesome. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go back now for a few minutes about clearing the energy. I think we talked about that. There are so many tools out there to help you with that. There are baths, there are essential oils, water. When I say baths, showers, water is a natural cleanser. I mean, not just physically, but energetically. It washes a lot of things away, if you will. Um, some people use sage, some people use crystals. Um, gosh, some people meditate, some people work with Mother Earth, I feel should, we work with her all the time. She's part of that process because Mother Earth helps transmute energy. She takes a lot on and she can transmute it. So I always feel that we work in connection with her, if you will, in the energy clearing. There's the white light. There's all kinds of tools out there, and we can get deeper into it if you're interested, at another Table Talk Thursday. I just want to let all of you know that I'm so glad you're here this evening, and please, during the week, or whenever, if you have ideas that come to you or something, you have a question that pops in your head and you're like, oh, I really want to know about that, please let me know. Message me, because again, I can't say it enough. This forum is for all of you. And I know as this goes, week after week, more and more people will find it. And I'm just hoping to help as many people as I can. I know in my journey, which started way back when, I had tons of questions, and a lot of it I meandered and figured out on my own. So I want to offer people an opportunity to not have to do that, and for me to do my best to help and be of service to all in that way. And I just want to make sure, I just heard it loud and clear, spreading the love, guys, spreading the love. Uh, I can't emphasize that enough. And hi, Marty, welcome. I can't emphasize that enough. Sometimes, we're like, we get hurt. We don't know. We're feeling bad. But how, we have a choice. We can put that right back out there and contribute to that energy. Or we can do our best, take a breath, and understand that everybody's doing the best they can. It doesn't excuse it. Okay. But the thing is, we don't need to judge it. Everybody is on their journey. We can have an opinion. That's different to me. An opinion to me is to ask yourself, what's best for me? You don't step into judgment of what the other person is doing or other people are doing. That's judgment. When you start to have to say something about what they're doing. Okay. Opinion is when you just can sit back with and say, does that really, you're welcome, Angel Heart. I'm glad it was helpful. Is that what I really want to contribute to? Or do I want to does this work for me? Does this feel right for me? And so I hope that made a little bit of sense there, because I know it's hard as human beings differentiate some of that. And I know Spirit's been getting very, very, very clear with me. Because I have to admit, I have recognized, just like a lot of other humans, that judgment does come out. And that's a space that I'm really working on because I do my best not to, but as a human being, I do slip into it. Okay. And I'm working on getting to a place where I don't go there, period. But again, we're humans. So give yourself that grace. I give myself that grace. But I keep reminding myself, no judgment. That's up to them. I don't have any right, if you will, to judge what they're doing. They're determining that's best for them. I need to just step back and develop an opinion for myself, whether or not that's what I want for myself. I hope you understand that distinction. I think that's huge. And Spirit has made that really clear to me, and I'm glad I could share that with you. So let's see what Andrea said here. Jesus taught me to do the light bath from within the heart. I used to do the light around me, but now do it within and clears it immediately and also replenishes the love. I love that. That's beautiful. I work a lot with the Christ energy, and wow, that's cool. Um, from within the heart. I used to do the light around me. So let me, Andrea, if you're, I'm hoping you'll answer this. I'm just curious. So when you do that from, what she's saying is you just taught her to take that light bath, the white light that we were talking about, from within her heart. So am I correct in understanding that to mean that you just do it from within and cleanse, or do you allow that light to come out through your heart center and around? I'm curious on that. It feels tingly all over, but I'm curious if you could answer that, Andrea, because um, ooh, I got a little gnat flying around. um, so let me have you answer that. Yes, it feels tingly all over, and I think that's beautiful. I'm just the reason I asked that question, Andrea, is whether the light comes out. Um, there's a technique to this, and I'm wondering that I'm being shown. I'm wondering how you actually do it. Um, and because white light is very high vibration, I'm sure you know that. And just have to, and again, Andrea, I'm sure I'm telling you things that you probably already know, but I know there are people on here of varying, and people who will watch this video afterwards that are varying levels of where they are in their spiritual path. And so fill yourself first and then spread it out. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, which is exactly makes sense. That's why I want to just double check. Um, Oh, I knew what you meant. She misspelled light, so she just dropped it in there. It's your God light. Okay, I see that perfect too. Take that, and the one thing I just want to add, which you probably do, I'm sure, but you can take it from your heart out, but you also want to, from my perspective, the way I see it. And again, everybody has their own beliefs and way of doing things. So I'm not saying that anybody's right, wrong, or should be doing it differently. This is just from my perspective. That white light is such a high vibration. So I can see actually having the white light, even if you will, come through your crown chakra into your heart and back out. And that white light is Christ energy, God source energy, and so forth. So I really appreciate that. I think that's absolutely beautiful, Andrea. And I will, the one thing I want to say, and we are coming down to the last 10 minutes. Hi, Troy. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. I wanted to say, okay, imaging of floodlight turning on. Okay. Okay. Andrea, I know you know how to work with energy an awful lot. So I know you know how to manage all of that light and energy. Um, and so I just want to put out there for those that maybe don't have the experience. Um, make sure that you're working with your team because that white light again is very high vibration. You can, I think what Andrea is explaining is awesome. You know, that white light from your heart center out, okay, and all over. Um, for those that haven't worked with energy very much, I just want to say to make sure that you have your spirit team with you when you're doing this, because put the management of that energy in their hands, if you will, and they will absolutely be with you and take care of it. Very cool age, 20 years. I've been on a path on a lot of things too, Andrea. I'm right there with you. 20 years later, I'm getting it, right? So, um, all right. Where was I going? Let's see. I was going to say something, and then we got over here. Okay, so um, we are in the last 10 minutes of the live. I'm really excited and glad you all came tonight. This is Table Talk Thursdays, and as the title says, it's every week, 7 p.m. Arizona time. We don't change our time. And I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison. And this is and I just got, excuse me, I just got a comment here. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly, Maria. Um, I'm so sorry you're feeling lost. I have to say, honey, that this live event of mine is Table Talk Thursdays. So it's about subjects and inspiration and information and fun and sharing. I do have a Wednesday weekly live event, Messages from Your Spirit Team, with me, Elyse Ann Psychic, on my which are mini readings. So I'm inviting you, Maria, and everybody else, if you'd like to follow and like my Elyse Ann Psychic page, and you'll get notifications of when I go live. And Maria, I really hope that you join us this Wednesday for the live mini readings. I would love to have you to be part of that. Okay, so in the last 10 minutes, does anybody else have a comment, a question, anything that they would like to see me finish up with here? Because I'm going to say, I know we covered, a lot of different things. We were flowing and all over the place, and that's great. That's what this is about. I don't have any set agenda. The only thing I really do is I ask Spirit ahead of time, is there a certain subject or direction I need to go into? Um, Oh, okay, Troy. Yeah, I have two lives now. This is my brand new live, which is a open forum. And then uh oh, thank you. Look forward to next Thursday. And Wednesday are my readings. So oh, Andrea, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that compliment. Oh, she said I did a fantastic job. Thank you. Well, you probably picked up, Andrea. I'm the type of person, I just wanted to work out so well, and I want to help people. So I get nervous. It's like, and I'm like, Elyse, why? Your team's here with you. So you see, everyone, I'm human too. It's all part of the deal, and it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. But this is, thank you so much, Andrea. That really fills my heart. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to be of service. Of course, my business is, I am a psychic. I'm the psychic liaison. And so, yes, I do private sessions, readings, I space clear. I'm a Reiki master teacher, visionary healing. I do all kinds of things. But this is also the way I contribute, because to me, this is my job. I'm here to help. This is all I've ever wanted. And this is why I'm here. All right. So let's see what Spirit would like, how Spirit would like me to wrap this up tonight. And again, everybody, thank you so much for being here this evening. Please follow and like my Elyse Ann Psychic page so you get notifications. And all right. I want to go into, for just a minute, Spirit would like me to circle back to love. Why? If you think about it, that's all any of us really want. We crave it, we want it, we reach for it. And I have to say, we came to this planet to grow. And I know a lot of people, including myself, thinking, what did I agree to? But the truth of the matter is, I believe that in the real core of human beings, spiritual beings, it's unconditional love always. But I believe that, as human beings, we all, and I'm going to say all, really only desire love. We really want love. And I don't mean, necessarily romantic, and I mean just love. Love every human being. We all have rights. And so remember that people are hurting. And, somebody once said to me, hurting. God, it's got to be like 20 years ago. I don't even remember. So long ago. And they said, hurting people hurt people. And I understand that more than ever. And, if we can just pause for a moment, because our immediate reaction is to react, is to push back, is to have a judgment. And some of that we feel it's survival. But please, if you get anything from tonight, Spirit, I'm asking you, but Spirit's really asking you, pause and remember the love that you would like to be surrounded with, which is natural. Remember that others do too. And some people just aren't feeling it. And unfortunately, it doesn't make what they're doing or their actions or whatever. And I'm not saying anybody in particular or anything in particular. This is a very much a generality. Think about that other person, and maybe instead of getting angry, let's say, smile. Just, I hope you have a great day, or I hope you feel better, or, and we can make a difference that way. It's those little things. And the next time you think about throwing some of that stuff that I call vitriol, and I'm not saying anybody in particular, I'm just saying in general, the negativity, the name calling, and I'm not saying anybody specific. This again is the general. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is it that I am sending back out to the universe? What signal am I sending back out that's going to stay also in my own energy field? And maybe, just maybe, that'll help you shift a little bit, because I know every single one of us just wants the love. So with that, I'd like to end this evening. I am so pleased again that all of you are here this evening. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your journey this evening. Again, follow and like my Elyse Ann Psychic page. This is I have 2 different lives going. Wednesday mornings I do my psychic mini readings, and then now Thursday nights are Table Talk Thursdays. And I just hope to see all of you very soon again at both lives. One of the lives, you're on Facebook, you want to say hi, message me. If you have any ideas, or a question comes up during the week, like I said earlier, and you just go, I wonder about that, shoot me a message, because I am going to start keeping those and start working in that list also. So again, thank you so much. Much love and blessings. And I wish everyone a very peaceful night's sleep. Thank you.